So we're back in the EVO for another video. In the first video, I showed you the EVO, but I didn't really show you anything about the car, didn't start it, didn't show you any of the problems. And you've probably read the title, I bought the cheapest EVO 10 in the UK. So that title is not clickbait, but I do want to get a couple of things out of the way before I go any further in this video. There were cheaper EVO 10s for sale, but they were either written off, had blown up engines, blown up gearboxes, been stripped of all their parts. But this was actually the cheapest EVO 10, where the bodywork was in pretty good condition. It was mechanically sound, although it does have faults. It was mechanically capable of driving under its own power and driving home. And yeah, not on finance, never been crashed, things like that. So yeah, we'll just get that out of the way, and now we can talk about some of the problems that I'm going to have to fix on this EVO once we hit 1,000 subscribers. And that garage that you can see in the back there, that garage has been completed because I need somewhere to work on the car before I get stuck into it. So the first problem I've noticed with this EVO was something I noticed actually on the drive home, and I'll cut to a clip now and I'll try and show you one of the symptoms, and I'm hoping you can sort of give me a bit of input on this because I don't really know where to start with fixing it. I had the Subaru Impreza in the past and it had the exact same problem, and I don't know what it was. Alright, so I'm going to start the EVO and just help me to see if you know what the problem is. See, every single time I start this car, my cap goes to the side. I don't know what it is. Attempt 2, right? So it is repeatable. This fault is repeatable. Right, let's go for it. So yeah, if you know what this problem is, it's not coming up on the ECU. I've done a fault code scan and I can't see anything. So yeah, really appreciate your help with it. Now let's go and have a look at some of the other faults with this car. So this is the engine bay. There's no major problems. So this is the engine bay. There's no major problems. It's purring like a kitten, really. No funny noises, nothing like that. The only thing is, on a cold start, I've noticed the idle's a little bit erratic. You can probably hear it a little bit. It's not hunting, but it's definitely going up and down a little bit. So I'm gonna have to look into that just to make sure either it's normal, or if there's any issues, then I'm gonna have to fix it. There you go, you can hear it there. It drives lovely once it's up to temperature. It's just on a cold start that happens. So it's been ticking over for literally 3 or 4 minutes now and purring like a kitten. So I'll knock it off and we'll go and have a look at some of the other bits and bobs on the car. I'm going to start the car up now and I'm going to show you some of the problems we get on the dash. So only 52,000 miles on the car, it's pretty good in my opinion. I'll start it up and have a look at these in. I don't know what that oil light means, but there's oil in there. Service required. And also, if I put the car into drive and then directly into reverse, even if I'm stationary, it will throw up a couple of error codes. So I don't know what that is. I know what the service required on the active yaw control system is, and I'll show you why that light's coming up now. So opening this boot should tell us why the AYC light is on. And there's your answer. The pump is in bits in the boot. This is how I received the car. Yes, all different bits there. it's been cut up and hacked up. Someone's tried to diagnose it and there's a couple of bits missing. So I don't think I'll be able to rebuild this pump. I think I'm gonna have to fork out 1,500 odd quid for a replacement pump, but that's not a problem. We'll get to that. And then there's some other bits and bobs, brackets that would usually hold the pump on. So that is at least one reason why the AYC pump light is on. We drove it home like that. It won't damage it because, well, obviously it's as damaged as it can be. It's cut up in chunks, but obviously now the car's not going to be moving until the garage is done, backed up into the garage and then repaired. So let's have a look at the outside of this car then, and I can tell you some of the cosmetic issues. Now obviously the wheels, they're not really giving much glory to this car, the glory that it would deserve. I don't know if you can see very well in there, but that's pretty much as bad as it gets. Also, the Brembo brakes, they don't look too bad on camera, but the clear coat is peeling and they've faded. Now we'll go to the front left. You can see curbing all around the wheels. Oxidization, heavy oxidization there, and then also the brake caliper, the clear coat's peeling on there as well. So the bodywork's pretty good, to be honest. It's all pretty straight, no dents in it. Paintwork's in great condition. Now just in case you do recognise this reg and you know the previous owner, any criticisms towards this car or its condition, it's no reflection on him. He was open, honest, he told me everything, even things that I didn't even notice that were wrong with the car. So yeah, I can't fault him really, but I knew I was buying a project when I arrived. So yeah, just putting that out there just in case he's watching or anyone who knows him. Now around this side of the car we pretty much got the same story really. Bodywork, really good condition, cannot fault the bodywork. However, the wheels, they're looking pretty sorry for himself. Now I've noticed it's got two-piece floating discs on it. I wonder if they are standard or not. I saw an EVO recently, parked at a supermarket, and I noticed his front discs weren't floating. So I don't know if they come standard like that. So I'd appreciate it if you know anything about these cars, if you could let me know. Is that an upgrade? Now I'm going to stop avoiding the elephant in the room and let's just tackle it. The black bonnet and the black roof. Now I can't believe that someone would actually pay their own money to have that blue bonnet painted black. I don't understand that. When I bought the car, or when I went to go and see it, I thought maybe the bonnet was damaged, maybe the roof was damaged and they had them repainted black, or I don't know, something like that. But no, if you pop the bonnet, it's a blue bonnet that's been painted. So yeah, someone's actually done that because they want it like that. They've also wrapped these vents here. I don't think that's going to be staying. It doesn't look very good. But yeah, all reflected in the price. Now then, let's have a look inside the car and let's have a look at the condition of the interior. Now the expensive bits of the interior, the Alcantara Recaros, they are immaculate, as you can see. These are not cheap seats at all. So having these in good condition, that was a massive plus point for me. As you can see in the rear here, we've got Alcantara seats as well. A little bit, sort of, got a few bits on them, could do with the hoover, but I'm not sure if it's coming through well on the camera. The condition is immaculate. I cannot fault it there. Now if we go into the front, the story changes a little bit here. The door cards are in good condition. The seats are in good condition, although again needing a clean and a hoover. This car was a bit dirty when I had it. It's not me neglecting it. The dashboard there has got scratches on it. The glove box has got scratches on it. These mats, they've passed their best, let's be honest. But yeah, it's nothing that can't be fixed. I mean, these bits, they're cheap and cheerful. Just get a Lancer one for like 10-20 quid. Hopefully this panel is replaceable. I think it is, separately, without replacing the dash, because there's a panel gap there. So I might be able to replace that without pulling the dash out, but I do want this mint. However, I'm not even going to consider working on this car until I have got it in a nice clean garage. At the moment, it's a bit of a construction site here, as you saw in the last video. Now, more interior problems are on the driver's side, so we'll go there. Now, it's mainly to do with the carpets and the floor. The mats are just absolutely bogging, and the carpet's actually worn through. Now, that's not a big deal. A carpet on eBay is like 50 quid, and a set of mats brand new, probably not much more. So that's not a big problem, but it's definitely something that will be replaced in order to bring this car to its former glory. Now then, this video has been going on for quite a while now, so yes, they're all the faults that I've seen so far. Like I said, they're the type of faults that can be rectified over time. They're not major problems like a hole in the block or, you know, a side impact. They're things that I can do, and I'm going to make how-tos and document everything. Now, there's probably some problems with this car I haven't even seen and I don't even know about yet, which I'll find out when I get it on a ramp, which we're going to be building in there. I'm aiming to get that done by 1,000 subscribers, so that's my goal. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, a couple of modifications it's got. Apparently it's got a full HKS exhaust system with a decat. But the guy didn't really know. He said he can't confirm that. So we'll find out when we jack it up. I would have bought the car anyway. The decat, I don't know if it's definitely got a decat. I don't know if I like that, or I'm going to put a cap back in it. Also, there's no engine light on the dash. Now, a car that's got a decat should have an engine light. The only way that engine light will not come on is if it's had some sort of ECU work done. That could be anything from switching off the engine light, which they haven't, because it does come on in the test phase when you're starting, or it could be anything as serious as a full remap. But there's only one way to find out, and the first video on this car is going to be me taking it to the dyno, a local dyno with a club that I'm part of in South Wales. And yeah, we're going to see what power it's making and see if it has actually had a remap or if it's literally just had a decat. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, a nice in-depth video looking through the whole car, and yeah, I cannot wait to get stuck into it and just rip it apart and fix everything. But as you can see, it's a bit grubby around here, a bit gritty, a bit dirty with all the building work going on. So I want to get the garage done, get a nice clean workspace, and then we'll get stuck into it. So I'll see you in the next video, which will, the next time you see this should be when I take it to a dyno. Cheers.